Birds of Prey swoops into theaters this weekend, but does it actually stick the landing or does it fall flat on its face? Let's find out right now. So Birds of Prey, it stars Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and it's also produced by Margot Robbie, and it's a movie that's been pushed for a while, and it did take a long time before this movie finally got some traction and finally got going into production. And I want to say that the title is a little misleading. It says Birds of Prey, but really this is a Harley Quinn movie, and this is really a Harley Quinn story. They could have just called it Harley Quinn the movie, and it would have still, meant more than just saying Birds of Prey. One of the things that this movie does really well is actually narration. Normally, I hate narration, and I hate narration because it feels so lazy, but it works here. And the reason why narration works in this movie is because this is a story told from the perspective of Harley Quinn. It's almost like we're sitting across from her and she's telling us exactly what happened. And so all of the deviations and the changes in time and going back and forth between the present and the past and all sorts of things, going between characters and everything else, it needs some sort of narrator to keep us focused and on track, because otherwise it would have been crazy, because, well, that's kind of who Harley Quinn is. So the narration was purposeful and it meant something instead of just being lazy writing. The other thing that really stood out to me were all of the performances. Margot Robbie is great. She is an Academy Award nominated actress. She is fantastic in this movie. And I want to also say that the rest of the cast, they just seem like they're just having fun. Like, nobody really knows if this movie is, one, going to get made, or two, even going to be good. So the performers are just throwing everything into it. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress is awesome, and it's great because she is such a charming actress in all of the other roles I've seen her in, and that in this role she is purposely playing kind of an awkward, bumbling, badass Huntress. And it's fun seeing her act in a different way with a different character. Janie Smollett-Bell, who plays Black Canary, is awesome. She's probably my favorite in this movie. In fact, I felt like she stole the show. She is just oozing charisma, and she is so much fun to watch in this, and she was the real standout for me in this movie from the very first scene. And Ewan McGregor, I don't think I've seen Ewan McGregor have this loose and fun of a performance in years. So, okay, what's the story all about? Well, the plot's pretty simple. It's actually just about trying to get this MacGuffin. It's a diamond that everybody is trying to get to because it doesn't really matter because it's just worth a lot of money and it leads to more money. Now I want to move on to the main talking point of this movie, which is going to be the action scenes. First off, the action scenes are great. I actually heard that they brought in the John Wick director to kind of bump up the action scenes, regardless of which action scenes he did versus the ones that the original director did, Kathy Yan, who, by the way, did an amazing job with this movie. All the action scenes were great, and the reason why they're great is that they are purposeful, which means they did one of two things. Either they progressed the story or they progressed the character, and that's something that's really refreshing. Even the final action scene, we got to see different aspects of the characters finally doing stuff that we wouldn't have expected them to do earlier. And so we're seeing progression of characters, we're seeing progression of story, and that was what I really appreciated the most about it. I would say that this movie is definitely worth checking out in theaters. Buy the ticket, buy the popcorn, sit back and enjoy. It's totally worth going out to see. So because of the great action and the great performances and the creative way to use narration, this movie is excellent, and that's why I'm going to give it a score of 88 out of 100. The reason I'm bumping it down is because even though the narration was done in a purposeful way, I still don't like narration. I prefer not to hear it. I thought that not all of the jokes landed. I thought some of the comedic moments were great. I thought some others didn't really work for me. I never felt really moved by this film at any point in time, but it's a great movie and everybody should definitely check it out. And that's my review. And be sure to check out some of my other videos up here for more great movie content. And I will see you in the next video.